All right, so let's do this, huh? So it's not dark. Today was possibly the shortest distance we've covered, and that's fine. We'll get into why, but it still is, kind of light out. It's about 5:03 exactly, and sundown in 30, 40 minutes. But so I parked by the side of the road here. You can kind of do that, I think. Um, and the point is, yesterday we did this thing, the big loop thing here. It's a lot bigger back there, but we did that. And today we started here, and I said, you know what? It's a Sunday. It's relatively warm enough. I just have to wear a jacket. Yeah, that's it. Tomorrow it's going to rain. The day after it's going to be 55 high, maybe 50 out here because it's a little more north. So it's going to be wet and cold. We're probably going to skip tomorrow, definitely. And we're definitely going to skip, well, possibly the day after. So might as well just come out here. Because I almost hiked for about 2 hours here, I went back to the junction here, which we did yesterday. I went there. It took 20 minutes. On the way there, I saw a hunter with a big rifle. It is hunting season, which is why you're supposed to wear orange, although you're not required to if you're not a hunter. It also is helpful that I have it nice and covered, but yeah, I don't have to wear an orange, right? I can do whatever I want. But the point is that we came back to the car here, and then we said, hey, let me go over here. Okay, well, that's awful. Just kind of like, here's the thing. The reason that the games for mobile suck and why Flash was so great is because, imagine your finger, your fat little finger, okay, is the mouse, okay? It is the mouse. And when you're basically covering up the screen, can't see where you're putting it, right? Imagine if your desktop or laptop worked this way, that your finger was like this giant thing on the screen and it covered everything up. This is what's happening here. That's why the games are not good for mobile. Anyways, Andkon Arcade forever. But the point is that, so it was basically just an hour. It was a, what do you call it? 1.1 mile there, 1.1 mile back, 1.3 there and back. So you add it together, it's 2.4 times 2. It's less than 5 miles, But, you have to kind of climb through some muddy things here, which I don't like too much because it's like I just want to go. I don't want to have to figure out how not to step in mud. But it was fun. Almost 2 hours. Plenty of time to get back. The pool closes early today, so I kind of have to race back. Yeah, the primitive trail campsite is there. Been by it. Nobody was there. And again, apart from the hunter, I didn't run into anybody, despite the fact that it's a nice day. And this is the main trail of the Lone Star Trail, so nobody there, nobody back, nobody. All right, just like that. Nobody in this general area right here, except the hunter. Beautiful. And right, we can do better than that. So that's kind of it. It's been a short walk. Really nothing all that interesting happening, but it's just so nice and quiet out here. I remember last year, maybe an airplane, but you have these secluded little spots here. By the way, somewhere over here, this campsite was called the Karolyi Ranch. It's actually a Hungarian name. And because some gymnastic coach guy and his wife ran a camp here, and then they're involved with the whole U.S. gymnastics molestation thing with the Nasser guy. They also had some, practices where even without the molestation, they were pretty hard on the athletes and stuff. Let me link to that article because I've yet to read it. But the interesting thing is that I looked up the property records. I've been doing massive amount of research. Okay. You know what? Let's get into this. This is fun. So they basically said, oh, we're selling the ranch because they bought it close to 2,000 acres, most of it like here, like literally this stuff. I didn't investigate this today, but the campsite was called the Karolyi campsite. Like that was the name of it here because it's right across from their property. Right. And I looked up I think this is still whatever county. I think this is Walker County. I looked up the name. They used to own all of the 2,000 acres, newspaper articles that they sold it, okay? But, they own a little chunk of this still, with a house, a pool on it, and they own another property that's in a couple acres, 1 or 2 acres. It's in a kind of more rural kind of suburby type subdivision thing. They still own that here. But they sold most of it to some lumber company, right? Because it's a big forest. Okay. Now, this is another fun thing. We're going to have to zoom out here. Let me take this off. So when I was hiking here yesterday, is it this map? I better be this fucking map here. Okay, perfect. So this is the loop I did yesterday, right? We can see this thing here. Okay. So I was looking at doing it yesterday, and notice this. If you zoom in here, there is a little square there. Isn't that fucking weird? That this is the green stuff is the actual National Forest, federal government. I think it's the Department of Agriculture, not the Interior that owns this, by the way. That's what's strange. National parks are an interior thing, but the forests are agriculture. Very weird stuff, but whatever. So this is the property I mentioned that this was actually for sale, but it's kind of buy some, whatever. Okay, but look at this. So I look up Walker County. I think it was in Walker County. And I just, the maps are kind of hard to configure, but it's there. This is actually private property. Indeed, that 2 acres right here is in fact private property. Okay. I shit you not. And I looked up who owns this. And it was some Inc. You know, it was not it was maybe one person, but it was hiding behind a corporate entity. Okay. And I looked up who owns it. And I find out that that person who owns it, I swear to God, it is right next to the video I did where I got, I show that there's cows in the distance, and it's right from the Lone Star Trail, and it's one of these kind of properties that's kind of bound by the forest mostly. It is right next to that one. So all the way on the other side of the freeway, because I-45 is right here, oh boy, is right there, like 20 miles that way. The people who own the property right next to that, which we might get into here. Let me see where, we'll check that out. They own that little spot here. So this is LSHT. Let me look up all maps here. My maps. Crap. Let's look up Stubblefield. Yes, because it is on Stubblefield Road, the other owner. We're not going to be doxing anyone today, but I just did want to directly. Okay. So where was the... Okay, so this is the leaf blower lens right there. Let me see here. Right. Yes. This was where I parked accidentally. Although I did want to investigate this. Again, right. This is probably it on Pipkin. Is that Pipkin? I think it's Pipkin Road, that little small thing here. Let me see here. So this was the one where I accidentally parked because I thought that's where the trailhead was, but I kind of wanted to go there anyways at some point. And then, right, I filmed the cows. The owner came out, although I didn't record that. And then I turned around and went, right. I think it's one of the properties very close to it. Maybe this or some other property here. Again, this is like totally like 10, 15 miles out of the way, maybe 20 miles, right? The people somewhere over here own that little 2-acre little thing there. And I'm like, holy fuck. Wow, what? How did that come about that 2 acres is owned by somebody? How does this happen? And there's nothing there. There isn't any marks, or at least from the satellite maps, you can't see anything there. You know, so that's the weird thing I found out yesterday, where it was like, wait a second. You know? We were on 6, yeah, 4-notch. Wait a second. That's weird. That is very strange. So yeah, anyway, so there's weird things like that. Now that'd be interesting if you bought that land, because maybe you can build a farm on it. 2 acres is, you know, you could have a chicken coop. I guess maybe you could have 1 cow or something. I don't know. If you really wanted to, you can't really build too much there, but 2 acres is pretty good. You know, you could build a house, you could build a pool. Is there an easement so they build me a road, or I have to build it? I have to what, like hop into the property with an airplane? Right? That's a very strange sort of thing, because most of these other kind of properties that are, even if they're entirely surrounded by the national forest, you know, there's like a forest road, something like this, something at least like that, you know. Yeah, like even here you can see that the forest road goes to the property, and then you can build your own thing, or dirt road. I don't even know if that goes into there. Well, this is probably a creek, so that's probably the entrance right there to this thing, you know. And then you have these things, right? But this one doesn't have anything leading to it. It is just a weird, and it's basically exactly 2 acres, you know. So it's like, what is this? You know, it's just some big spot on the, it's just a tiny spot on a big map, and somebody owns that. It's so weird, you know. The airplanes are annoying, though. It's like, just shoot them down or something. I don't know. But there's a lot of weirdness like this happening, where 2 acres, a small square, no roads to it. What is this? You know? Yeah, that's annoying. So anyways, that's really it. You know, I don't know what the title will be. This is day 15, I believe. So it'll be like, I don't know, hidden square in the map. That could be the screenshot. You know, we'll do that as a screenshot. Even if YouTube doesn't pick up on that, I can just freeze frame that and put that in custom. Although I hate wasting the time on doing that, but whatever. Anyways, that's it. And oh, another thing, I saw a dog here. You know what? We might be able to catch it. Because I was thinking, oh, if I go really fast and blah blah blah, I'll go like this is where we ended today. I'll go down all this country road here and everything. But on the way here, not only are we pressed for time, but there was like a dog there in the middle of the road, and it was just like staring at me in the car. It was driving. No, the dog was not driving. I was driving. And I wouldn't get out of the way. You know? And it was just a very possessive looking, it was like a medium-sized farm dog. But it was just like, okay, if you walk by that dog, I think that's going to bite you or something. But you know what? Let's go down the country road. Why not? Are we going to, hold on. Let me see here. You know what? Let me record on the normal thing. Yeah. Let's do that. So we'll end this and we'll start again. All right, so we are in progress to, let me see. Oh, crap. Hold on. Some weird thing is on and it's... Sometimes it does that in the cold. It doesn't matter. But anyways, I just want to drive down here because it's kind of a fun road. It's very bumpy. Yeah, we can go like 20 miles an hour here. But anyways, this is recording. I can still see the map in here. And we'll see if the ugly dog... The dog was actually kind of pretty, but the kind of mean dog. We'll see if it's still guarding the road. I think this is the road I would go down on. I think this is it. I don't know. It's one of these roads. We'll figure it out. I can go maybe 30 miles an hour here. This isn't even the bad road, so... I think we take a right here, yes. Yes, this is where we came in. So. the dog was lying in the road, like not completely in the middle, but somewhere, like, yeah, I was just like, okay, I don't want to hike next to that, because the trail ends, you know, the official trail ends, and you have to go on the actual road like this. I don't know if it's, I think it's this road, but you know, it's a country road, whatever. What's the name on this? I just want to know for my own personal edification here. Elkins Road. I don't think that's on there. It's hard to see some of the potholes. Some are filled with water, so oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah, we're going 30 and it just feels like, wow. This off-road Elantra, you know, it's not really made for this, but seen any houses here yet, because there were a couple houses on here, but this is still pretty empty. I think this is still the National Forest officially. I think the green is not always that, but I'm seeing the Google Maps thing here, so I don't think, yeah, that doesn't come across the video here, but so we're seeing some signs of a house here. This is very close to it because there is a massive, in fact, I'm going to brake and put this on camera here. Let's flip this. It is a massive Trump country sign here. But that's not what we're interested in. We are interested in the dog, and that's a little bit more down here somewhere. Ooh, we're on the top of the hill. There's a giant pothole at the top of the hill, so I'm glad we chose to go a little slower here. I think it's somewhere here. I think it's somewhere here. Oof, the sun. Oh my god. Oof. I have like jaundice or something. I think this is exactly where the dog was. So this is where the dog was. Right over here. Well, we can just do this. It was like lying in the road where the car is now, or kind of over there, but I'm not really seeing it. It's in like an ambush mode. It's on the roof of the car, so I don't really see it here anymore. But but this is it. Now we are on Forest Service Road 200. I think that's the connecting trail here to wherever it is. It's like, I don't know, it's a country road. I've seen it. It's not that interesting. You know, I'd rather be in the full forest without having to dodge trucks charging here, you know, 60. I don't think trucks are going to go 60 miles an hour, but look at this shit. Like over here, you can't see what's at the end of the road. Even if you're going 30 miles an hour, I don't want to be dodging. You know, I really don't want to be dodging any trucks and stuff anyways, even though this is not an official It's not a paved road, is what I'm getting at. It's a road, but it's unpaved. It's actually only like one way here. You know, hold on, let me. Like, somebody has to stop on the other side of the bridge. Oh, God. Somebody has to stop on the other side of the bridge because here's another bridge. Let's go through this. And it's a bunch of potholes everywhere. You know? So this is all passable. Ugh. It's all passable, but it's not exactly, like, again, I don't want to be dodging trucks here and everything else if I'm walking. I don't want to be dodging dogs and stuff, so, I'll have to decide next time where we're going to go. Because I think the western half, or the eastern half of the trail, which we're on now, it's not there. I don't think there's that many loops. I don't think it goes out to Lake Livingston. We went by Lake Conroe, and I've just been kind of thinking out loud of, is there any way to kind of hike to Livingstone? I don't know. There's a state park there on the other side. Oh. So that's basically it. The dog wasn't here. I'm 100% sure that's where the dog was, but the dog is not here, so I guess, okay. So, yeah. All right, so, yeah, I don't want to actually go in the water. We've been here. It's not that deep, but I still want to